Hi. I should have made more videos over these last few months. I didn't. I have a new hair because it's been so long since I recorded anything. So here I am. But this video is going to be short. And not only is it going to be short, but it's also going to be the last one for a while. Not because I'm like, I don't know, putting it on hiatus or something like that. It's because I have tests. I live on Brazil. You may or may not know, I live on Brazil. Our school year ends in the end of the year. I'm a senior, so I'm in my last year. I have this big test, and it will decide my life. So I've been really busy focusing on that one. So probably won't be making videos until that. It's going to be next month. So after this, I think it's going to be relatively frequent. I think I like making videos and shit. But yeah, anyways, Deltarune. I like Deltarune. I like Deltarune a lot. It's really nice. I'm going to talk about Deltarune today with my boyfriend. Isn't he great? Say hi.
Hi.
The format of this video is that I will try to explain one of my analysis of Deltarune to my boyfriend in 15 minutes. And I have to explain it in 15 minutes, and I cannot pass for that. I'm going to put a chronometer. I'm going to make the chronometer go off every 5 minutes so I know how long I have left. Do you have anything to say?
I have no idea how this works.
The theme of this video is that I'll try to explain a metaphor about Spamton in specific.
Okay.
What
if I disagree with what you're about to tell me? I have no idea what you're about to tell me. What if I think it's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard?
Then you can go, you can look at me and I disagree with you. Let me just set the timer here. But basically the theme is Spamton as a metaphor. So everyone here, if you clicked on this video, probably know what Deltarune is, right? I will mention it. It's the sequel, it's the second game to the Undertale series, which you probably know. And there's the secret boss in it, which is Spamton, and there's a secret boss in each of the chapters, and it's really good. And also Undertale is my favorite game of all time. So I'm going to talk specifically about the metaphor that I think Spamton represents. What is this face? Why?
I've seen more of that man than I've ever wanted to.
He's on the Tumblr Sexy Man Wikipedia. He's just a little puppet man. Anyways, I'm going to start. I have 5 minutes on the chronometer.
Alright.
So, okay. 1, 2, 3. Both Deltarune and Undertale, they're like big metaphors, and they have like the in-universe explanations of the things that are happening. And there's also like the outside explanations that you can like just pick up the symbologies and pick up the stuff. And that's something that is present in both games. Spamton, the bosses, the secret bosses in Deltarune, they have a theme with freedom. In universe, the reason for this is probably because of the idea of like, oh, it's all a game. They're probably also like, oh, Chris is being controlled probably. And there's also all the lore reasons to why the themes with the secret bosses are freedom. But there's also the like metaphorical sense that we can take their messages about freedom. So with Jevil, it was mostly a nihilistic situation. It was Jevil represented the nihilistic view that if nothing matters, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can just like go ape shit. Who's going to stop you? Nothing matters anyway, right? So Spamton, his theme, I think Spamton's whole arc is a metaphor for capitalism. But then you can tell me, oh, that's obvious. Why you're telling me this? This man is a capitalist. Yeah, I know. But like, his themes, he is built around capitalism. But his story itself, I think, is a metaphor to how capitalism, like, entraps you. I think the philosophy that he is trying to capture with his themes of freedom is specifically the freedom that is searched by large corporations and large entrepreneurs. And so his whole deal is something that can also be applied to real life, even though, of course, his motif is capitalism. Like the Addisons, I think we need to start with the Addisons. The Addisons, they're like, their whole purpose in life in the cyber world is to sell you shit, right? Like that's their only purpose in life. because they're literally the representation of ads. So, and it's also shown that just like in real life, if you are able to sell enough ads to the liners, you get powerful, you become a big shot, and you gain power within like the Queen's kingdom and everything like that. What I think is that like Spamton couldn't do that, right? Because he was spam mail, so no one was going to click on him. And so in order to be able to achieve what he wanted to, actually that makes me think, does like the deal with the devil to like Spamton made like a bunch of liners just like be like, you know what? Sexy deals to enlarge my dick does sound really good right now. I'm going to click on this. Oh, I just gained $1,000 on car deals? It just... The deal with the devil just made a bunch of liners be like... Cromer?
Cromer? 8 Cromer.
8 Cromer, yes. So yeah, so he was spam mail, so no one was going to like click on him and anything like that. So he did a deal with the devil. Everyone like assumes it's Gaster. I also think it's Gaster, but we don't actually know.
There's no reason for it not to be Gaster.
Yes, there's no reason for it not to be Gaster. Imagine if Gaster just does not appear in Deltarune. So he couldn't sell his deal, so he basically sold his soul to the devil in order to ascend. He ascended. He became powerful. And by that point, you could argue that by that point he became free because he no longer was bound to the rules that the other Addisons had. He could
But
have
no,
everything.
he's not free because he's under Gaster's control then. Okay, my bad. Keep going.
Let me continue. No, that's okay, you need to direct me, that's the point! Okay, continuing. You could argue that he was free. By, like, doing so, he also lost all his friends by doing so, because he kind of... Yeah, I think the friends were the assholes in that situation, but I think it's a metaphor for, like, having to choose, like, work and capitalism over like, human stuff, you know? But in this situation, I think the friends were assholes. They were like, ooh, so you're like a big shot, so you don't need us anymore. Like, that's fucking asshole. Yeah, but, so he was alone, but he was at the top of the world. And eventually... like, his fucking deal with the devil thing, like, stopped working. Gaster stopped, like, helping him through the calls. And here's the thing. He was not free, because the moment that he wasn't, like, feeding the system, he got kicked out, right? He got kicked out from Queen's Castle, and he got just, like, thrown into the garbage can, and he went insane because of it. And he couldn't get the things that he had already lost, because, like, he already gave everything away. He already did that deal with the devil. And we can see this.
Have you seen the thing about the acid?
What thing about the acid? Oh.
The acid in the castle shrinks you. I think the Queen says something about that, and I saw people on Twitter saying maybe she threw Spamton in the fucking acid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's why he's tiny.
That makes sense. That's probably
I
why
think
he
so.
looks...
Oh, I didn't make that up.
No, yeah, I've seen people talking about it, but I didn't know where they got that from, you know? That makes sense, because, like, Spamton looks very different than the other Addinsons. So yeah, that makes sense. He probably, like, started looking like a puppet after that. But yeah, so, like, he lost everything. The thing that makes me think that, like, his big search with being powerful and with having money and with being a big shot, it isn't the money. It is the feeling of being free. It is the feeling of being able to do whatever you want, even within a system that traps you. And I think this, especially because, like, I keep thinking about the line that he does with Chris, like, on the first Chris fight. Like, one of his lines is like, it isn't about the money! It's never about the money! That's not what a salesman thought. That's not how a big shot think. It was never about the money. Like that, he has like a line like this on the first fight. And there's also like the thing with him searching power through the power of Neo, right? Through Metaton's body. So.
Okay, wait. So we're running out of time here. What's the main point you're trying to get at right now?
The main point I'm trying to make is that Spamton is a metaphor for how in capitalism, you want to get money. So you're free from a system that exploits you, right? Because you don't want to have to rely on the fucking rent, and you don't want to rely on the fucking people pulling you over, and you don't want to rely on like not being able to go to places, right? When you have money, you're free. But in reality, you're not free because you're just feeding a system by being part of it. And the moment that you cannot feed it anymore, just like how Spamton was on the top of the world and now he can't like, and then he got thrown out when he couldn't feed that power anymore, you're going to be thrown out anyways because you were never free in the first place. You need to feed the machine. And he will never recover the things that he had before because he already sold his soul. At the same time that all the fucking billionaires and big entrepreneurs and executives, normally they need to like do stupid and inhumane things. They need to completely abandon the thought that makes them human in order to ascend to the place that they are, right? Like, you need to be really fucked up in order to look at NFTs and be like, oh yes, this is a wonderful idea, right? Like, you need to be really fucked up in the head. You need to be completely
What
brainwashed.
if I want the fucking vomit green monkey with his eyes falling out of his head?
What if I just want the link?
I just want the code behind the monkey.
Yes, exactly. Like, or like, how fucking brainwashed you need to be like, oh yes, it's fair that minimum wage works for like cents an hour or something, like lives by like a few dollars. Just get a better job. You deserve that. You know? Like, what sort of thought makes someone be like this? That person had to, it was kind of like, by being part of the system, they gave away their humanity, if that makes sense, in order to only think about growing and growing and growing. With the potential, with the idea of trying to be free, when in reality, like, it's just like the in Spamton neophyte. He was powerful, but he was just a string to the system. And
a puppet.
Yeah, he was just a puppet. So just like he said, he's powerful, but the darkness doesn't fall. His darkness will... It's over. The time is over. Let me just conclude. I'm on the last line. No, he's free. He's not free. He's powerful, but he still cannot see over the darkness. Right? Yeah, that was it. Could you understand what I mean?
I think so.
Yeah, so that's why he's a metaphor, like, for things in real life, not just like in universe, you know? Like, he's a metaphor for how capitalism works. Because he could not recover the things that he lost. He already lost everything. And even if he tries to like become powerful, he's still just a machine. He's still just a puppet for the larger system. And he will never be free by doing so.
All I know is that the theme of the secret bosses kind of slaps.
Yeah.
The little motif there.
The motif, yeah. Toby Fox is the king of motifs. He just does like the best motifs for everything. And I think it's great for him to like do... I think it's great for him to do both like thematic motif for the bosses and like a musical motif as well. Like, it just fits... Like, all of the bosses are probably going to have, like, freedom motifs and be referential to some type of, like, freedom or escape. Also, this whole thing just, like, proves that Jevil is, like, a bigger chat than Spamton, I guess, because Jevil, like, found out that he's, like, entrapped within a bad thing, and his response was just like, you know what? Fuck this. Proceeds to do
He's in jail.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm freer than all of you. Because my mind is free. Jevil just acts like someone who's on weed. Jevil acts like someone who's on heavy drugs. But yeah, anyways, I'll probably also, I'm also going to do a League of Legends video talking about the Ruination because that sucked. But yeah, that's for later because I'm super busy right now. So please follow me on my social media so you guys can see that I'm alive. But yeah,
commission
that's it.
Moonzzi.
Yes, commission me. And follow me on TikTok too. I'm on TikTok too. Please follow me on TikTok. I may talk about those things like briefly there. Anyways, bye guys until next time. Bye.